Hey, what up, fam? Workout B, going through the warm-up. Swinging your arms up, cross them up in the top and then the bottom. Reach high when you cross them up there. Now catch an elbow, pull behind your head, lean that way, and then do the other side. And Egyptians, one palm up, one down. Look at the palm up side. Internally rotate one shoulder, externally rotate the other one. So move through your shoulders, don't just flip your hands over. Reach out, try to get along from fingertip to fingertip as you turn your head, turn your shoulders. Down on both knees. Point your fingertips back towards you. Roll your palms down into the floor. And then sit back, put your forearms, wrist on a stretch. Don't put them in excruciating pain. So if you have to lean forward a little bit to take some of the stretch off so that they're not painful, do that. Get your fingers pointed all the way back to you. We don't want them to point out to the side even a little bit. You want to point them all the way back to you. Now bend your elbows, lift your palms off the floor, keep your fingers down there. And in that same both knees position, turn one hand around. Spread your knees out just a little bit so your hips don't shift back and forth when you reach through. As far as you can reach without bending an elbow, and then rotate up. You rotate in and out of it, your head should turn. So you reach through there, and you should be looking up at the ceiling when you rotate up. Your hips shouldn't shift back and forth, side to side. Switch, go the other way. Those elbows straight, reach through there. Rotate up. Try to go a little further in each direction each time. All right, doing a pike. So from a bear crawl position, knees bent, push up to the pike. On purpose, try to get your head between your arms. Bend your knees, soft touch them to the floor. Do it again. You can get your heels down, that's good. A little more worried about pushing the floor away, getting your head between your arms. Now push up into that pike, hold that position, and pedal your heels. Get one heel down to the floor at a time. You don't have to pedal them real fast. You can spend a little time on each one. And up tall on a knee. Put the other foot out in front of you. Tuck your tailbone. Squeeze your glute. Make your hip flexor and quad stretch on that down knee side. 2 or 3 counts. Then put your hands down, lift your hips. Get this front leg as straight as you can get it with your hands still on the floor. Then back to the hip flexor stretch on the knee. If your front leg won't straighten all the way out when you lift your hips, that's okay. Just get it as straight as you can, but keep your hands down. We don't want you to stand up and lift your hands off the floor. Go ahead and switch sides, doing it on the other one. Same thing. Tuck that tailbone under you, make that hip flexor stretch. Hands down, hips up. Glute stretch. Lay out over your knee. That other leg straight back behind you as you can get it. Reach out. The opposite hand of the forward leg. Switch sides. Rolling over, doing a hip raise. Squeezing glutes from your heels. Up and down. Clenching your glutes tight at the top. Don't get extended through your low back. And front bridge, elbows and toes, abs braced, tailbone tucked. Go. Hips should be level, not way up in the air. Tension in your abs. Back to a hip raise. Glutes up and down. Back to the front bridge. Elbows and toes, abs braced, tailbone tucked. Go. On two of your feet. Doing a knee hug. So whichever leg you pull up there, so pull the left one up there. Then put your left foot back on the floor, touch your toe. Back and forth on that same side. Make sure you're bending your hip and knee when you touch your toe. Trying to be in a pretty good posture when you get down there, not hunching over. Switch, other side, same thing. Pull that knee up there, don't lean back. Bend your hip and knee to touch your toe. All right, here we go.
All right, workout A. We have 5 exercises. It's gonna be a little more endurance based.
all the ISO holds. So, number one, we have ISO mountain climbers. She's gonna get in the push-up position. Now she's gonna bring one leg up as far as she possibly can. Okay? She's gonna push off her back feet and push her body forward. Okay, so notice her shoulders are out in front of her hands. This knee ideally is up in between your arms. You may not be able to get there because you have tight hips or whatever. Super important to push everything forward though. We can't have your shoulders back behind your hands. That's not it. Okay? Push everything forward, knee up. Okay? You're gonna hold that. Two ways you can do this. You can switch halfway every set, or you can hold it the whole way, do the other one on the next round. Okay? Nasty dog, another ISO hold. So you're gonna go side bridge on your knee, okay? Top leg straight. You raise your hips up and your top leg up, but not crazy high, right? You just raise it up just enough. You don't want to get up in this, when people try to go too high, they get all contorted. One of the things we see here at the gym is people try to get to the front of the bottom knee. We don't want to be on the front of your knee. We want to be firmly on the side of your knee, okay? And then this toe straight forward. Your bottom foot is not involved at all, so don't try to push with your bottom foot. That's kind of what brings people up on their, the front of their knee. Wall slide. So you're gonna grab a stick. If you have a broomstick, it will work best. Okay? You don't have to use a broomstick. You can just use your hand. Okay? So you're gonna put it just above your head. So feet out away from the wall. We're gonna put your hips against the wall, shoulders against the wall, elbows, hands, head, everything against the wall. Okay? Then you may want to scoot this way just a little bit. Okay? You're gonna push back into the wall. So if I were to pull out on this stick, there's definitely some resistance. Okay? While pushing back, she's gonna slide up to 3. 1, 2, 3, as high as she can go. Hold. 1, 2, 3, then down in 3. 1, 2, 3, then right back up. 1, 2, 3, hold. 1, 2, 3, then down in 3, and so on. So it's 3 up, 3 hold at the top, 3 on the way down, okay? I want you to go as high as you can go. So if I can get my arms all the way straight, that would be best, but if I have shoulder issues, if I have tight shoulders, if I have this knuckle dragger posture, I'm probably not gonna make it all the way up. But if you can, that's what we want, okay? From there, hollow hold. So you're gonna go on your butt. You're gonna go hands straight out to the side. The big deal here is that your abs are crunched, okay? We want this kind of hollow, and that's the reason it's called a hollow hold, is this is the hollow position right here. When I kind of hollow out this part of my body and get my abs tight, okay? That's the bottom level right there. We could go hands overhead. That'd be level 2. If I straighten out my legs, that's even harder yet. The flatter I go, the harder it's gonna get. Now, we wanna be careful about, like we'll see, it's not a huge deal, but we'll see people at the gym go hands out front. It's not hands out front, it's hands directly overhead. I'm reaching as high as I can possibly reach overhead, okay? So you can do just regular hands out, feet off the floor. I can either straighten my hands out overhead or straighten my legs to make it more difficult, or both of those would be the most difficult. Then from there, a little bit of direct arm work. There's a couple things we could, a couple implements, we could use. The preferred is 2 dumbbells, palms straight forward, okay, elbows back. I'm gonna curl. I'm not gonna go higher than about chest level, okay? So all the way down, bring them up what you perceive to be maybe 2/3 of the way up, okay? So you're gonna go fully straight in the bottom, never higher than chest level. Notice your elbows stay back and so on. That'll keep your biceps under tension, not coming all the way up here. Yeah, now if I don't have 2 dumbbells, I could use 1 dumbbell, right, curl. I could grab each side of a kettlebell and use it. I could stand on a red band and curl it, or even green band, whatever. Doesn't matter what band, as long as you can do it, okay? So if you don't have the 2 dumbbells, or they're not heavy enough, or they're too heavy, or whatever, there are other options. We need to do some form of curl though, all right? So those are the 5. Comment below when you did it. See y'all. Fist bump.